Hello besties, welcome to my channel. So let's begin the process of how to make abacha. So firstly, you get your cassava and you peel off the back, but mostly those days abroad, you can't get abacha handy, but you surely can get cassava in African stores. So just get it in African stores and make yours yourself. You don't need to wait for somebody to be going to Nigeria to help you bring, or you waiting till you travel before you can eat abacha, so you can produce it yourself. So what you do, you peel off the back. There's a way cassava is. Once you slot in your knife, the back comes out, and you just start following that process to take off the back completely. Those that grew up in the village that are used to peeling cassava will understand what I mean better, but it's not hard. Just slot it in. You can see the way I'm doing it. Lift it up and the back will follow immediately. So you just start taking it that way, gradually, and before you know it, you will have peel off all the back. So another thing to note here is that make sure you don't cut it too short, because if it's short, your abacha will be short. It will not come out in long strands, except you want it that way. So for instance, when you carry one abacha, you cut it into two, so that way your abacha strands will be longer. Depends on what you want. So that's how you do for all. Now I'm done. I've rinsed them. Now you pour in water, and the water should get above the cassava, so that it will boil evenly, not that the down is done and the up is not done. And make sure you don't overcook it. So you cover your pot and on your gas. So now it's ready. I'm running in cold water so that it will not continue cooking. So you're running enough cold water so that it will not continue cooking. So now this is the grater I'm using. I didn't allow it to overcook, as you can see. So you get your grater and just follow the process the way I'm doing it here. Although in Nigeria they have a special type of grater, those market sellers, those that sell in market, that produce from home, they have a grater, they use a particular one, but this is the one I have available, so I have to make do of what I have. So you can see how I'm doing it. I'm using the down part of the grater and I'm shredding it towards my direction, as you can see. So it's coming out well because I didn't overcook it. If you overcook it, you have issues. It will be breaking in your hand. But when it's not so, when you don't overcook it, it will be handy and easy to grate, as you can see that the way I'm doing it. So that's how you work on all of them. That's how you work on them. So you can see how it is, long strands. So now I'm doing the last one. As you can see, I'm working on the last one. So I'm actually working on two types: the wet one, which I'm using today, and also the dried one, which I will dry for like 3 days with sun, so I can keep that for later use. So the one in the front is the wet one, the one behind is the dried one. So what you do is you run in water into them. As you can see, I'm running water into it. Note that you must wash it once before you soak it overnight. You must try to wash it once, then you soak it overnight. So I told you that I'm working on two types: the wet one, which I'm using immediately, and I'm also working on the dried one, like I said previously. That one I'll dry it for some days. It will be very dry. It can even last for 6 months, 1 year when you keep it. So now I'm draining out the water. I said I was going to wash it once. I'm draining out the water. So after draining out the water, you pour it back into your bowl and add fresh water into it. So that I've done. Now I'm soaking them overnight for 12 hours, at least above 12 hours. So I'm soaking it overnight the next day. So now this is the next day, the morning. It depends on the time, I don't know, it depends on your time. So now it's slimy, it's drying because of something they call cyanide. Cyanide is like an acid, a strong acid in cassava. So that's why when you process abacha, you have to wash it thoroughly well to remove the cyanide. you can browse it, cyanide. Yeah, so you wash it thoroughly well. So what I usually do, I wash it like 4 times thoroughly. It should not be drawing again, because when you soak overnight, by morning you discover that it's drawing, like it's not free. So now I'm done washing like 4 times. Now this is the one I'm drying under the sun. You can see it. I'm drying this under the sun, the one I'm drying for like 3 days. So once it's evening, you take it in. Don't let damp dew to drop on it. Take it in. So I actually did this in my balcony because I stay in the 3rd floor. So this is the wet one I'm using today. I'm using this wet one today. So that is it. That's how you process your abacha. So easy. You don't need to wait or have to be looking for it here and there. So you just do it at home. It's easy and it's so simple. So here is the dried one. I can keep this one for 6-7 months as long as I can. But this one is not staying for so long because I love abacha so much. So subscribe, like and comment. Thank you for watching.